So you can really see here where all the corrosion's gone to. As I said, we're going to take these cappings off. We'll do that today. It's a pretty simple job. Right, we're going to start the long process of drilling out all the rivets all along here, and then we've also got them on this outer edge, and I'll show that to you in just a second. But we'll make a start. I'll speed it up and you can see what we're doing. I have got a bolt here that's got to come out. I'm going to probably grind that off because it looks shocking. You don't need these two. They are not for the capping, so it's the third one back. Here's the first one. We've got a few more. Now we are taking these off as well, so I don't have to, I don't think, but I'm going to drill these two out as well, just for now. These two. Right, that is now released from rivets. We've just got this little bolt to take off up here. When you're taking your rivets off, whatever you do, don't use your fingers. Just use a pair of pliers and just reverse. Okay. Right, I've got 10 top and bottom. That's not gonna... It might undo from the bottom. Alright, that one's off. What about the other one? Yeah, it's just basically so well glued. Back in the 80s, when they didn't care about the environment, they could use what they like. I mean, that's probably asbestos. Who knows what it is? Done. That was quite hard work, that. I'm going to have to reshape some of this. We are going to be replacing this panel here with galvanised. Even though this is in good condition, obviously we want it to all match, as are these, but these are going to get replaced as well. So what I'm going to do is actually drill all the rivets out and give you an idea what it's going to look like. This is a captive plate for the hinge for the rear door, and quite often, like with the doors we've got on the sides, we can't get the bolts out from the outside. You'll find it possibly easier to snap these off. They're a 15mm, get a little breaker bar or a decent ratchet and actually just crank them off, and they'll break off if they're quite old like these ones have, and it just means that they're easy to deal with. You can always just put them back on again, it's not a problem, or just buy a new one of these brackets. It doesn't look the best and it is exposed, so it might be nice to replace it with a new one anyway. Now we are actually going to be fitting a swing away rear tailgate on here, and we're going to be using the original sort of hinge arrangement. So for now, because that bottom hinge is a pain in the ass to get off, I'm just going to leave it in place because I want to offer up the door and get it all sort of offered up before we sort of get it painted and get it finished. So I'm going to leave that on there. I'm just going to remove this plate so that I can get our galvanised one on here. And then the final job at the back here is we're just going to whiz these lights off, because we're going to get these cappings off. Now unfortunately, because the camera out of battery without me knowing, we missed taking these off, but it's quite simple. Obviously we drilled out all the rivets so we can see the holes are, and we didn't have to remove the lights at all because they're actually screwed into the cappings, and the holes in the back here are quite big, they're oversized, and that's going to mean we can actually put new galvanised cappings on there which have got the holes in the correct place to fit our LED lights. Well folks, you can see what we've got going on here. We've offered the YRM Galv top cappings on, which look lovely, and I'm just going to drill through here so we can get our hinge back on. So I'm going to drill these in place. And what I'll do is I'll pilot them with a smaller hole first. Right, we've got an 8, let's try that. Now don't forget, we are drilling through a galvanised piece of steel, so where we've exposed the steel that's not been galvanised, we're going to have to treat that with some acid etch or some paint on there to stop it corroding and rusting and lifting all that out. But we can do that, it's not a problem. We're just doing a test fit at the moment.